Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope this lighting is okay because it's like sunny and then it's not. I wanted to make a vlog slash update slash I have no idea how I want to title this. I actually have tried making this video last week and I was just an emotional mess. This is so bad. I've been bottling up so much stuff that it's just like over explosion. A lot of you have been asking me why I don't post as frequently or upload as frequently, and I definitely have not posted as much as I used to, even though I try to stay pretty regular. Like in the past 2 years I just posted less than I used to. And I know I don't have to explain myself, but I do, I do want to let you guys in on things and what's going on in my life. And I feel like the past year and even before that, I kind of like retrieved a little bit into my shell because I was going through things and just the apocalypse happened in my life and it was just very hard to, because there's always, when stuff happens in your life, there are other people involved. It's not just you. So how do you share that with the world without, and keeping others, respecting other people's privacy? It was just so much going on. The first reason why I haven't been posting as frequently, whether that's on YouTube or on Instagram, is because I'm actually working on something very, very big that I've been working on for the entire year. It is something that will help aspiring influencers and YouTubers tremendously. People that actually want to have the same career that I have. So I'm not gonna say more about it. It's good. It's been cooking for so long. My mother always said in the restaurant, like, when it's taking long, it means that it's good. So what I wanted to talk about is, and it's so hard for me to talk about it. I don't know why, but I feel like, there are sometimes things that happen in our lives where even 60 years after, we talk about it and we still get like teary-eyed because it just has affected our life or our lives so much, and just because it's such a strong memory. I feel so good. Oh my god, there's a bird watching me. Sure, if I move he'll fly away, but he's like watching me. He's so cute. I love birds. I put all around my front yard and backyard, I put bird food, so I have like plenty of birds everywhere. Oh my god, he's like turning his head and looking at me like, what are you talking about? I get like a little child when I see animals. But see how I'm like not trying to talk about what I have to talk about? The past almost 5 years now, which is crazy, I have been struggling with PTSD, post-traumatic stress. And I never was a person that suffered from panic attacks. I never got anxiety attacks before. I never had anxiety. I never was depressed or anything. But I did, go through certain things in my life that were very traumatic, where your body has the fight or flight reaction, which is basically when you're in a survival situation, your brain goes into fight or flight mode and into survival mode, which is you either run or you fight. It was a few major events that have led to me having, post-traumatic stress. And as some of you know, I've talked about this. In 2018, I had a burnout as well. So I was completely burnt out. The burnout is basically, it's not a depression because you're not sad. You're just exhausted. It's like a computer crashing and nothing functions anymore. And I always get emotional when I talk about it because it was just such a challenging time and also scary because one afternoon I wanted to work and I remember I had to read a contract, and I sit in front of my computer and I open the contract and I try to read it. And all I saw, literally, you guys, all I saw was just letters and words. And I couldn't, it's like I couldn't figure out how, my brain couldn't figure out how to put a sentence together anymore. And that's really scary, because it's completely out of your control, and it just happens like that. And once it happens, there's no going back. For me, it took about 2 years, and I feel like I've recovered, but I do notice that when I do, push myself too much, I start to feel a little bit like, it's hard to explain, but I feel like sometimes I make, 10 steps forward and then, 12 steps back again. So I do take it kind of day by day. And what it has taught me is to really be more selfish. I don't like to say selfish because it's like a negative word, but for lack of a better word, let's just say selfish, because I gave so much of myself always. In my career, especially, like I was working until my hands were hurting, like from editing, and I was posting so much, and I was just working weekends, and it's like non-stop, because as an influencer you do have to like be on top of your game all of the time, and it's just so much pressure. I think it's one of, like, I can't speak for other people, but it is a lot of pressure. And words that people speak, we're human and we have emotions. We're human. We're just like everybody else, and words hurt. There are days where nothing affects me, and there are days where, I could just read one comment and I would end up just feeling really bad. And I think people need to start understanding that you can't just throw words at people. I mean, verbal abuse is as bad as physical abuse. To me, there's no difference. If anything, sometimes verbal abuse is worse, because the words, they stay in your mind. They can stay in your mind for years. Don't think just because it's verbal and because someone is anonymous behind their screen, it doesn't matter. You'd never say these words in front of me. So why, when people are anonymous, they just turn into these little beasts and monsters? That's a whole other thing. But basically, my body, from the PTSD, I had not really I didn't know at that time that I really needed like professional help, because like trauma, when it's not treated correctly, it can reappear. For example, a person can have had a traumatic experience in an elevator, and even 40 years after, if they haven't gotten help and done something to, kind of rewire your brain to go into elevators, 30 years after, they can still be scared of elevators, and get that trigger response where your body just goes into fight or flight. And it can just be a smell of the situation. It can be a noise. It can be a place. It's just things like that make your brain go into fight or flight mode, and you can start having panic attacks. So that's what happened to me over the years. I feel like since I never treated the first issue, it was just hanging there. And, I was in an abusive relationship, which has really made me very just fearful of a lot of things and kind of paranoid. And the threats that I used to get, and then the physical abuse, there are just so many things that made me, I don't really want to go into detail, but there were just so many things where, for example, if a person knocks on the door, I can get a panic attack from that, because it just brings back stuff in my brain. So and when we had the robbery in my house last year, that's when everything just shut down. The thing that it does is It's fine when it happens once or twice, but if it happens over and over again, it depletes your body from your energy, because the fight or flight response is there to make you start to have, you know, your adrenals go crazy, because your body generates more adrenaline and you basically get ready to run for your life. That's what happens on a cellular level in your body. Even though the situation is nothing like it, it's your primitive brain that reacts and goes into survival mode. I'm trying to explain it as easily as possible, but yeah, all of that over time just added up. My adrenals went crazy. My body was completely depleted of its energy. I just had so much happen in my life where it was just like too much. And yeah, it has just taught me to take things slow. And, you know, if I don't upload on a Saturday, that's okay. I used to panic before because I love you guys and I always want to keep that relationship with you guys, and I feel like it makes me so sad because I don't ever want us to just lose, you know, what we have. I am so thankful to be able to do what I do, to be able to have, you know, the life that I live. And I've just been like not really there the past 2 years maybe. I was on autopilot for a very, very long time. And I'm just, you know, I'm sorry that I wasn't there. That I wasn't, you know, as on my game as I always was before. I hope that we can have a new start, that you guys are, I'm sure you guys are able to understand, you know, where I'm coming from and why I haven't been, you know, because I used to be all the time. I used to be on Snapchat. I used to post on Instagram. I used to edit videos all the time. It's like I was like everywhere. I was able to do that easily. And I love my career. I love my job. But after having this burnout and this, just my whole system crashed, it's hard to get out of it. And, you know, recovery is not a straight line. It is, you know, you get better. Obviously, in the long run, you always get better with time. I think I put a lot of pressure on myself as well to always perform, to always be on top of my game. But we can't just, we're not machines, we're not robots. And I think I used to think, I don't know. I used to, like, my life was my work. My work was my life. And I just spend so much more time with, you know, just leisure activities without my phone at all. You know, things aren't always as important as we make them to be. And trust me, when you have a burnout, you learn to set your priorities and you'll learn to take time for yourself, and just because you literally have no other choice. It's kind of a blessing in disguise as well, I think. Every person that I know, surprisingly, there are so many people that are, you know, young and that have went through a burnout. And surprisingly, they all say the same thing. As for all of them, it has kind of been a blessing in disguise. So, and you know, a lot of you have asked me if I want to do Vlogmas, and I would love nothing more to be able to do Vlogmas this year and upload every single day. But I don't have a husband that edits my videos. I'm like a one-person show. I think it's amazing if you're able to do that, but I think a lot of the YouTubers that do that, they have help as well. You know, I have employees, but if I don't take care of everything, no one will. So, kind of went off on a tangent here, but I just want you guys to know that I love you and I will always, you know, be here. And I don't ever want you to think that I'm taking this for granted or that I've become, you know, ungrateful. I'm very, very grateful. Every day I give thanks just to be able to breathe air. I know it sounds ridiculous. And yeah, I feel like this year was kind of like the calm after the storm. And even, you know, being single right now, I feel good because I was able to have so much time for myself, and I really needed that. And I took care of my body. You know, I wake up every day at between 5 and 6 a.m. I have a healthy diet. I don't have to reply to anyone's drama. And I just feel good and peaceful. I'm gonna go now because I need to go pick up food because I'm hungry. And yeah, I don't know why. I feel like I had to make this video to heart with you guys without exploding into tears, because last video was just, I had a moment and I just want a new start, you know. And I feel like I needed to make that video just to mark a new start. If you guys want me to do a whole separate video on anxiety and panic attacks and PTSD, let me know and I'll try to do that. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.